Once, they were on the rise, all of them gone, as if they never existed. Legendary bands were everywhere in the 80s, but not all of them lived on. Others charted all the way to top 10, only to vanish without a trace. No farewell albums, no scandals, no warnings, just silence. What happened? Was their destruction a result of the industry's beast that devoured everything? Did they self-destruct, or had something far stranger than that pushed them into the shadows? These bands used to rock the stage, fill stadiums and radios. Most people now don't even remember their names. No greatest hits compilations, no reunion tours. Almost all that could have been. The twist is, however, some of them didn't just fade away. Eerie mysteries and unsolved questions remained of their existence. Tonight, we bring them back. This is a list of 10 forgotten 80s bands that vanished, disappears without a trace. 1. Johnny Hates Jazz. The music group entered the industry with such a professional sound that one would expect years of hit-making experience. Even though Me and My Foolish Heart by Johnny Hates Jazz failed to enter the charts in 1986, the song received heavy radio airplay and Sounds magazine made it their Record of the Week selection. The 1987 release of Shattered Dreams transformed Johnny Hates Jazz into a global star after it reached the UK top 5, while claiming number 2 in Japan's charts. After its release in 1988, their debut album, Turn Back the Clock, reached the number 1 position on the UK albums chart, while having sold over 4 million worldwide. At the peak of their success, lead singer Clark Datchler decided to leave the Limahl Group to embark on a solo career in 1988 as he moved away from the band. After Phil Thornalley joined the band, they released Tall Stories in 1991. However, the album did not match up to the successful standards of their first release. Calvin Hayes became the victim of a serious car accident, which worsened their progress and resulted in Nice and Sleazy disbanding without fanfare in 1992. 2. Funboy 3.
Can you hear them talking about us, telling lies? Is that a surprise? Can you see them?
Following their departure from the Specials in 1981, Terry Hall, Neville Staple, and Linval Golding created an entirely new musical entity rather than establishing another band. The group, Funboy 3, brought forth a new approach, which eliminated all superfluous elements from ska, then focused on simple musical constructs. The musical union between Brutal Death and Bananarama produced It Ain't What You Do, It's the Way That You Do It, which climbed to number 5 on the UK charts, while integrating vibrant musical patterns alongside attractive chorus melodies. The Lunatics Have Taken Over the Asylum, and other select songs displayed their talent for expressing societal critiques through danceable melodies. Despite releasing 2 albums and achieving 7 UK top 20 hits between 1981 and 1983, the trio disbanded, each member venturing into new musical territories. Their brief existence left a lasting impact, influencing the direction of British pop in the early 80s. 3. Glass Tiger. In 1986, Glass Tiger introduced their Canadian listeners to Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone, which later secured the 2nd position in Canada while reaching the top position on the US Adult Contemporary chart. Bryan Adams added his voice to the song, which secured the 2nd spot in Canada and the top position on the U.S. adult contemporary list. The Thin Red Line album went 3 times platinum in Canada, which raised its popularity with the songs Someday and I Will Be There. The distinctive vocals of Alan Frew led Glass Tiger to create melodic rock music, which captured audiences throughout the United States and Canada together. The musical market changes during the late 1980s and early 1990s prevented Glass Tiger from sustaining their original musical success. Their later releases failed to match the success of their initial album, thus causing their mainstream popularity to fade away. The band existed without an official disbandment, but would eventually become one of many groups that marked a historical musical period. 4. Diesel Park West.
People in an endless procession, knocking on the door of fortune.
Guitar-driven rock group. Diesel Park West originated in Leicester, England, while their songwriting matched the musical approach of the Byrds and Tom Petty. The group's first album, Shakespeare, Alabama, released in 1989, featured Like Princes Do as a hit song that achieved positive reviews while it performed poorly commercially. Diesel Park West encountered significant barriers in their attempt to reach mainstream success, regardless of their musical talent and distinctive sound. Their following records did not reach major sales numbers as their organization faced various internal issues that prevented them from progressing. In the mid-1990s, they disappeared from public view as their story added to the many warning signs about the unstable nature of the music business. 5. Transvision Vamp. Wendy James led Transvision Vamp to establish itself as a rebellious punk-pop music sensation when it debuted in the UK during the late 1980s. The 1988 release of their debut album Pop Art gave listeners the tracks I Want Your Love, along with its signature punk-pop style and intense tone of lead singer James. Both Transvision Vamp albums appeared with Velveteen hitting the music market in 1989, including the chart-topping track Baby I Don't Care, solidifying their status as pop icons. Their image, characterized by a blend of punk attitude and pop sensibility, resonated with a youthful audience seeking something different from the mainstream. However, internal tensions and the rapidly changing musical landscape of the early 90s led to their dissolution in 1992. Despite their brief tenure, Transvision Vamp left an indelible mark on the late 80s music scene, embodying the spirit of youthful rebellion and pop experimentation. 6. Fine. Young Cannibals. Andy Cox and David Steele, who previously played in the Beat Group, reached a crucial point in the mid-1980s. Both band members conducted lineup searches after their former group dissolved because they sought new musical directions. The duo evaluated many audition tapes until they found Roland Gift, whose special vocal talent gave rise to their new musical project named Fine Young Cannibals. Their first album from 1985 featured the songs Johnny Come Home and a transformed version of Suspicious Minds, which earned success across both UK and international markets. The Raw and the Cooked, released in 1989, became the album that achieved global success for Fine Young Cannibals. The duo achieved worldwide success by placing She Drives Me Crazy and Good Thing at position 1 in US charts, while their fame skyrocketed quickly. Rushes of new fame coordination, along with changing music trends, made it challenging for the band to duplicate their previous success pattern. Fine Young Cannibals disbanded during 1992, which resulted in their fans holding on to the limited but influential years of their musical career. 7. Age of Chance. The British rock band Age of Chance began its existence in Leeds during 1985 but remained ahead of its contemporary music trends. The cutting-edge musical combination of dance music with rock and hip-hop made their sound impossible to label easily. Carlton, Sanderson, and Roebuck presented Prince's Kiss to the UK indie charts in 1986 with their experimental interpretation that brought a metallic element to the original song. The band received widespread recognition for their innovative music, but could not break into commercial popularity. The band released their debut album, 1000 Years of Trouble, in 1987, which demonstrated their mastery of musical genres. Yet this album demonstrated little commercial success. The innovative musical approach of Age of Chance ended with their breakup in 1991, as the musical industry only later recognized their style-making work. 8. The Jeff Healey Band.
Girl, you're looking fine.
The life story of Jeff Healey stands out because he demonstrated astonishing ability alongside outstanding determination. His condition of severe blindness from early infancy because of a rare eye cancer caused him to invent his distinctive guitar technique by resting the guitar flat on his lap. The Jeff Healey Band launched blues rock music to general audiences during their formation period in the mid-1980s. The 1988 debut album of the Jeff Healey Band included Angel Eyes as the hit track that found commercial success in both Canada and the US. During the 1990s, the musical success of the band gradually diminished after their early achievements. After musical trends shifted and recurring cancer afflicted Jeff Healey, the band lost their position in mainstream popularity. Jeff Healey moved on from this planet in 2008, yet his role as an amazing musician continues to be remembered today. 9. Till Tuesday.
There was a farmhouse that had long since been deserted.
The music group, Till Tuesday, launched their successful career from Boston in 1985 by releasing their first hit song, Voices Carry, fronted by singer Amy Mann. Because of its moving tune and touching vocal work by Mann, the song achieved a top 10 position on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Their inaugural album with the self-titled name incorporated new wave and rock music elements, which garnered positive reviews from critics. The group experienced internal disagreements because Mann pushed for different musical paths from the rest of the band members. The pop band Till Tuesday separated from its activities twice following their breakup in 1989. The short-lived career of Till Tuesday has left its mark on 1980s musical tradition, with Amy Mann proceeding to build a successful solo career. 10th. Sunset Gun. When the Rutkowski sisters founded Glasgow-based Sunset Gun in the mid-1980s, their music combined the pop and soul musical elements. The band introduced their 1986 album In an Ideal World, which highlighted both their blended vocal talent with their melodic songwriting abilities. The band experienced difficulty entering into the mainstream music industry because of their talent and distinctive musical appearance. The lack of commercial success led to their disbandment, and Sunset Gun faded into obscurity, becoming one of the many promising acts of the 1980s that vanished without a trace. These bands, each with their unique narratives, rose to prominence in the 1980s, but eventually faded from the spotlight. Their stories serve as a testament to the ever-evolving nature of the music industry and the fleeting nature of fame. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and comment.